Mexican restaurant chain Rubio's, if you know, you know, shutting down 48 locations in California, blaming the rising cost of doing business in that state, making it the first big victim of the state's new $20 minimum wage law. Carl DeMaio is chairman of Reform California. I say if you know, you know, because we brought this up with John the other day, who frequents the area and knows it very well. This is a beloved chain, but $20 minimum wage at a time when a lot of these businesses were still crawling out of the pandemic struggles. This has hit hard.
Yeah, Sandra, if you know anything about California fast food restaurants, we have two beloved hometown institutions, In-N-Out Burger and Rubio's. They've got their famous fish tacos founded by Ralph Rubio. Lines out the door at these restaurants, so it's not an issue of lack of interest by customers. But In-N-Out Burger stunned people just 8 weeks ago by shutting their only location in Oakland, citing crime and costs. And then this week, the stunning news from the Rubio Corporation, 48 of their restaurants will be shut down just in California. They cite skyrocketing costs of doing business because of the minimum wage increase, but also California politicians have declared war on small businesses with all sorts of taxes and regulations. It is insane. Only Gavin Newsom and California Democrats could make inflation worse than Joe Biden, and they're doing it.
When you just force this on businesses, it's premature. They will raise pay when the demand is there, right? And they need to attract more workers. I mean, if that's the case, they will naturally pay more. We have seen that play out over history. So in this case, you've got this guy, Ralph Rubio, okay? He's earned the title of San Diego's Taco King. He discovered the fish taco on spring break apparently in Baja, California. He was in Baja. He brought back the fish taco in 1983, started this. He's credited for bringing fish tacos to the U.S. So he couldn't survive $20 minimum wage? Who else would be able to then?
No, not only are the small business owners getting crushed, but also working families. The Democrats say that the minimum wage increase is designed to help the struggling working poor. That's an absolute provable lie. They're hurting working families by raising the price. A $5 footlong from Subway, $5 footlong, 2019, it was $5 footlong. In California, it's now going for a footlong $7.50 to $8.49. That's a 70% increase. And we've lost 9,500 fast food restaurant jobs since September in California. Almost 10,000 jobs destroyed. No one is benefiting from the minimum wage increase in California. It's absolutely
and people are losing their jobs.
I
mean, some of the workers took to Reddit. They showed up and their job was gone. They were told to go home. The store is going to close. Of course, they were upset. And on Reddit, they went on and started blaming the company when the company's saying it was out of our hands. We can't operate our business like this. And it's not just Rubio's. Here's other California business owners on the impact of this higher minimum wage. Listen.
It's very difficult for us to stay in business if you know the cost goes up and we don't make money. No business works without making a profit.
People want higher wages, but at the same time, the costs to run the business, it doesn't work out.
You feel for these people, and the Restaurant Association there in California saying what we're seeing right now, they think is unfortunately the beginning of a trend in restaurant closures. Last word to you, sir, on where this goes. I mean, will the businesses be able to hang on long enough to fight this?
No, they won't, and nor will working families. The consumers are getting a sucker punch. Workers are being laid off. Businesses are shutting because of the high cost of living and the crime that we have in this state. This is what's happening with the extremist policies from the far left in a supermajority one-party state. And I've got to warn America, this election in November is crucial, because you don't want to become like California, and that's where we're headed as a country. We're headed in the same ditch that California is suffering in. And so in California, at Reform California, we're organizing the fight behind enemy lines in the blue state, and we are actually seeing people coming to our side. And so the only way for us to have recovery is to literally throw politicians out of office in this November election.
Really important that we're covering it. It's happening, and It's hurting a lot of folks, the businesses and the people who work there, the consumers. If the restaurant hangs on, they've got to raise prices and the consumers pay for it. Thank you very much for joining us on that. John, I know this is a favorite restaurant of your family's.
Yeah, it is. My wife, Kara, grew up in San Diego. We go out there frequently, and every time we do, we go to Rubio's at the Rosecrans Plaza there, particularly on Taco Tuesday, where you can get their fabulous tacos for half price. And they've got among the best tacos that I've ever tasted. And the fact that they're closing is shocking and heartbreaking. And I know that everybody in San Diego is going to be sad about it.
They look delicious. And by the way, they've got a lot of other headwinds as well, including the rise of Chipotle and some of these other chain store brands that they've had to compete with. And the pandemic was really hard on a lot of those restaurants as well.
Well, if Rubio's does go under, San Diego's going to miss it. There's no question about that.